Hey you guys, how's things? Um, so I've been working on these envelopes for days, and I told you that I would come back and kind of talk about how I was gonna finish them off and do some closures and that kind of stuff on them. So I went a little crazy as usual, and I did a whole bunch of envelopes. And I decided to leave a lot of them just plain, simple like this, and not really, add a bunch of, other embellishments and stuff to them. I am going to do some stitching with the sewing machine on them. So yeah, so I kind of sort them out into the shape and by the flaps on them. When I'm deciding how I'm gonna go about doing closures. And so anyway, so these all have like a pointy, well, let me show you. So these all have like a pointed flap on them, okay? And so, I don't know. I'm not sure. I'm not sure exactly what I'm going to do with these. I have some ideas. Okay, you can see, I've done a couple, but these I definitely am going to do the ribbon closure, because I think these are going to go with the I'm saying that they're journals, but I don't know if these are going to wind up being journals or not. Let me show you what I'm talking about. So I'm working on these guys, and these are some like mailing envelopes. Like obviously all envelopes are for mailing, but oversized envelopes. So I don't know if these are going to wind up actually being journals or not. I'm kind of changing my tune about what I want to do with these. And I think what I might do is just kind of make them like a folio and just, stuff them full of tags and that kind of thing. And then just make a little journal that can tuck into this pocket, or maybe into this pocket or something. This has 3 pockets on this side, and then this pocket and this one. I might add another little one here. I don't know, or maybe another one here too. So I'm not sure, and I've been kind of going around and around about what I'm going to do with those. What I think I'm doing is a string closure for the flap, because I want it to be able to kind of expand. Like I was going to do a magnet, but I didn't like how the magnet was kind of, I don't know, I had to use like a heavier, stronger magnet to get this to stay closed. And I didn't like how thick it was winding up being, so I went with the string closure. Now, normally what I would do would be to put the string on the flap and then put the circle part here. And I don't have my teeth in, so I'm sure I sound weird, you guys, but I'm having some issues. But I just decided I'm just going to go for it and do this video anyway. Anyway, so I didn't... The circle part would be kind of in the way of this envelope that's already attached here. So I just went ahead and put the circle part on the flap, and then, it'll just close like that. And then I think I'll put some kind of little charm or something on the string. This is sort of an all over the place video, but I wanted to show you guys kind of what I've been working on and where it's been taking me. And then I think I'm just going to do an elastic closure. I got these buttons on Amazon. They're kind of cool. They've all got like clock faces on them. So I just put one on the elastic. It doesn't really serve any purpose, but I think it looks cool. So anyway, so those are kind of a work in progress. But and I think I've decided, I think that is what I'm going to do with those. I was thinking about actually maybe adding another page in here of like two, well, actually it would be like 4 pages. So it would be like 2 more pages of pockets, or maybe just 1 more pocket in the center that would kind of flip back and forth. That's actually not a terrible idea. I might do that. I don't know. We'll see. But I did get these finished, and I wanted to show these to you guys because I have them listed in my Etsy shop. And these are so cool. I'm so happy with the way these turned out. I'm calling them like folio envelopes. So let me just show you what I did with these, because I do have this video linked in the description on the listings. So these are some like oversized envelopes, and I just did some collaging on them, and I sprayed them with, actually used like a matte spray, and then I was kind of running out of the like glossy stuff. So I used the matte, and then I just did a real light coat of the glossy over it. So it's got a little bit of kind of a, so you can see it's a little bit of a shine, but I actually kind of like that. It looks, I don't know, it's more vintagey. And then I did these little, I have these, I don't know what you call these little things, but they're, let me put my glasses on. They're these little things that you put on a ribbon, right? And so they were blank. It was a set that I don't know where, I don't even remember where it came from, but it has all these little like stickers that are letters, so you can, you know, spell out a word, and then, you know, the stickers just stick on the fronts of these. But of course I don't want to use those, so I mean, the letters are cool, but you know, I'd rather do something more creative with it. Anyway, so I printed out just some little cabinet cards that I've scanned, little images of people, and I have a large bed scanner, so I can scan quite a few images at one time. So this is like all I could fit on the scanner bed. And then, so before I crop those, I save these images so I can print those as like a 4x6, so I can get little tiny images. And anyway, for this purpose, just for making charms and for, you know, art tiles and things like that, when I want like real small images. And if you also, another way to do that is if you select all of the images that you want to print and then print them as a contact sheet, they'll print real small too. Anyway, so I just took a bunch of these images, and then the smallest little circle punch that I have is this guy, 5/8 of an inch. I wish I had one that was a little smaller than this. Maybe a 1/2 inch one, or 3/8 of an inch would be really nice. Because this is a little bit larger than what I needed for these. Anyways, I cut them out. I did punch them out with this, and then I just used my scissors and actually cut them smaller to fit onto these little charms. And then I used the UV resin over the top. So you've got like a little charm. You've got a little charm on the ribbon there. Anyway, so that's, I went on and on about that. But those are kind of fun to do, and I think I'm going to do a bunch more because I've got, you know, maybe 20 more that I can use up. I would love to get some more of those. They're kind of cool. Anyway, so So this is the envelope. They're avocado dyed envelopes. So you can see the ribbon, actually I punched using this guy, the slotted punch tool thing, you know. Just punch straight through the bottom of the envelope, and I'll do one of these and show you how I did it. But this, you can see it has the pointed flap. So I used a little, I used a tab. So I have this tab punch, and these are hard to find for a reasonable price. This is the Stampin' Up! Tab punch that's discontinued. I got this one on eBay, and I think I paid about probably 50 bucks for it, but I really wanted it, and you know, so you get what you pay for, I guess. And I use it all the time. But anyway, so I used this tab punch, and then I wound up having to, the reason that I put the tab on there is because I wanted to strengthen the tip of this envelope. You know, because I knew it would get some wear and tear on there, so I wanted it to be a little bit sturdier. Actually had glued a circle on there first. You can see the circle is still there, but you know, that's no big deal. But then I wanted to have two little slots for the ribbon, because I wanted it to go down and then back up, right? And I needed it to be a little bit longer. Anyway, so I just attached it, put a tab on there, and I had to kind of trim off a little bit on the edge here. But anyway, I kind of like how it looks. Anyway, so I did the ribbon, and it just, you know, it just comes up through the bottom, goes all the way around the back, and then up here, and then down, and then back up. Okay, so it stays on there, and it's not in the way when you open up the little folio. So then I just did a couple pockets on the inside. This is a library pocket, and I just attached it on two sides, so the side and the bottom, and left it open in the back. So you've got a pocket here, and then it's kind of like a pocket in the back. And then I just did like a double layer, little like slanted pocket here on the other side. Okay. And then just added some little tags into the pocket, and just some little, you know, offcuts of ledger paper. Because I did make just a little simple journal that is in the folio, with some avocado dyed paper, and then a whole bunch of ledger paper and some music paper, some sheet music. So it's a little flap here on the back. You could make that into a pocket or something if you wanted to, or you could actually fold it over the front and add some kind of closure on there or something if you wanted to. Anyway, so that just goes back behind here. And then some avocado dyed, this is like, these are like some note cards that I had, and you can see it's embossed. So you can see kind of like a square embossed shape on there, or rectangle. And the embossing is still there. So anyway, so those are avocado dyed little note cards. And then just some images that I've printed off. Some little French index cards with the grid design on them. And then a couple of these postcards. One is a rose one, and then another botanical postcard. So those are in here, and I just put those kind of that direction. A little image there, and then another. So then you've got this other pocket here on the front, and then I have some of those little cabinet cards I printed onto some glossy photo paper. So anyway, so I did 10 of these, and I do have these listed in my Etsy shop right now. They weigh about 10 ounces. So shipping outside the U.S. would probably be, right around $12 to $15, something like that. Oh, and this measures, I think it's 9 by 6.5. Yeah, just shy of 9 inches by about 6.25. Okay, so anyway, so there's 10 of those. And I did take pictures of all of the contents of each one. So those are all listed in my shop, and photographed each one. And sometimes when I do a series like this, I don't photograph the inside of each particular journal or whatever, like especially if I did like 20 of them or 30 of them. They're kind of going to be like a surprise to you. But anyway, so those are available for purchase right now. And then I'm going to try to get these other guys done in the next couple days. These are all really, really cool. But and I was going to, try to make those envelope folios go with these, but I decided to just go ahead and split them up because I'm trying to keep the cost down on things like this, Anyway, so let me just show you really quick. This is kind of an Etsy restock / craft with me video, I guess. So on these, I think I am going to actually do a tab on them. So just get some kind of scrapbook paper or something. Punch out a little tab. And when I fold these, I always take it and kind of roll my finger under it like that. It just makes it easier to crease it right at the perfect spot. It doesn't like sometimes when you're folding things like this in half, it has a tendency to not want to fold in the right spot. So, but if you kind of curl it like that, you can get it to fold exactly right. Anyway, so I'm going to put this little tab on here, try to make sure it's in the center and it's straight. And I am going to just run this through the sewing machine too. So when I do that, like I did that on those folios, but I'll just run a seam all along the edge of this envelope, and then sometimes I'll do like a zigzag right across the top of the flap, Anyway, so then this glue is going to be a little bit wet, but that's okay. So this will only go like maybe a ½ an inch, up. So I'm going to put it all the way as far as it'll go and punch. And then you can kind of see where the slot is. And then I'm going to come down, and I just want to make sure that I don't go too far down, So it's pretty close together, but I did actually screw one of them up, and I punched the very edge of that, and then I had to take it off and do it again. Anyway, and then I'll close the envelope back up, and then just punch through the bottom of the whole envelope like that. So you get 2 slots. And then just run your ribbon through it. A ribbon runs through it, or your seam binding or whatever. You could use sari silk, you could use a little strip of fabric, or some linen, or even just like baker's twine or something like that. You could even do this just with holes. you don't have to necessarily do those slots. You could just do it with a regular hole punch and then use some kind of cord or something, you know. And so then this is when you would, you know, put the little charm on, you know, or a button or something like that. I might actually do that with some of these envelopes, and just use some kind of cord or something. I think baker's twine would work really cool with this. Anyway, so that's my little ribbon closure thingy-mabob for envelopes. And then I'll just tie it in a bow. Maybe. If I can get it to work. Yeah. And I just think it looks really cool. It's just kind of, I did this before on a series of mini journals that I made out of some French envelopes. And I have probably about 15 more of those little envelopes. I don't know why this bow is not working, but so I was thinking about maybe making another little series of journals out of those. But so that's just kind of a nice little way to close up an envelope, and I think it looks kind of elegant, you know. And then you know, it just moves out of the way when you open the envelope up, and it doesn't get lost either. So I don't know if I've seen this somewhere before or what, but the other way you can do it is on this one here. Instead of doing the tab right there, you can just punch through the top and bottom of your envelope. And I might actually do that on these envelopes that are, you know, have the point. Just, you know, I was just kind of playing around with this one. And this is where I came up with the idea to do the two little slots. But, and then I thought, oh, I could add one of those little charms, you know. Anyway, so I've got a whole bunch of these that I'm going to be working on. I need to get some more spray because I do like the way it looks when you spray them. And then I also have all of these like receipts from France that I bought from Louise. Like old vintage on like letterhead, you know. She sent me a bunch that were from a liquor store, like a liquor store from, I think these are mostly from like the 40s or something, 1930. And a lot of them are typed. They have, a lot of them are typed. Some are handwritten, but a lot of them have typed text on them, and I think that I really like that, especially the red. Anyway, so these I just glued onto some of those pages from the old scrapbooks, and so I don't know, I might do some kind of closure with a ribbon on these also. And you know, I folded them. If you're folding it as an envelope, of course you're going to wind up covering up a lot of that cool letterhead. So I think these I'm going to actually fold like that. And then I might do the tab on the top here and then do the little slot here. And I haven't decided whether I'm going to just, you know, use this as like a journaling space, or if I want to add like a little pocket inside this and then add a tag or something. I don't know, but I did a whole bunch of them, so it just gives me something to work on. So anyway, you know, something to work on. You know, I made a whole bunch of tags when I was collaging those envelopes. I started doing you know, working on the back of file folders too. So So I've got lots of tags and stuff to play with, and so look for lots more stuff like this coming from me in my Etsy shop over the next, couple weeks. And I will definitely let you guys know when these guys are done as soon as I decide what I'm going to do exactly with them. I am liking the idea of just adding one more page that would just kind of flip back and forth inside there. And then I like I know I'm just rambling on now, but I like the elastic, but I kind of wanted to do some kind of ribbon closure on these two, If anybody has any ideas about that, let me know, like, what you think. I really wanted to use these guys. These little, they attach with a screw through the back. And then it has that ring on there. And it's a nice sturdy ring. So I really wanted to use that on these. But I don't know. It just wasn't really working out. I was thinking about, because I have the flap here, I wanted to attach a ribbon here, like on the edge of that, right there. And then, I don't know. I have to decide. I just have to play around with it some more and see what I can come up with. But I was thinking I could maybe, use this and punch through the spine here. Maybe I'll do it just on a scrap one, like a prototype, and punch through there. And then maybe I can run the ribbon up through that pocket and it could come out here or something. I don't know. I don't know, but it's fun to sort of engineer this stuff, or maybe I could do the ribbon to go around the back or something. I don't know. Anyway, but I really wanted to use this to tie the ribbon on, to use as a closure. So if I don't use them on these journals, then, I'll use them on something else. But anyway, okay, that's it. I love you guys. And leave me comments on what you think about what I should do with these, I just don't think I'm going to make them into a journal because I think I'm going to run into the same problem that I ran into with that last set of like tall, skinny journals where they wouldn't close, because even though this is a bag, it's an envelope and it's somewhat flexible. I've glued so much stuff to it and stitched so much stuff to it that now it's kind of stiff and I don't know if it'll close right, So I think this might wind up just being like a tag pack with a little journal inserted, like a thin journal in the pocket. Anyway, okay. I love you guys. Okay. I'll talk to you later. Okay. Bye for now.